We're here to talk about World War I today. So, if you're not afraid of spoilers, then let's get started. Here we see the carnage of the trenches, the mud, the blood, the rats, everything that makes World War I so gruesome. And yet, somehow, in the midst of all of this, there are still people who have found a moment to write a letter or keep a diary entry. They do what they can to capture their experiences. But why? Why do they write when it seems like nothing will come of these letters? Why do they think someone will care about their experiences? You have to remember that these men had been fighting since 1914. 4 years of constant movement. 4 years of attritional warfare. These men have seen more than their fair share of death. And when someone has seen too much death, sometimes they do something crazy. Sometimes they start writing letters to make sense of it all. There is an insistent voice telling us not to look at the details, not to focus on our immediate surroundings. The painting itself is full of chaos. There are holes everywhere. It looks like the ground is falling apart. But the voice insists on looking beyond the immediate situation. We are encouraged to zoom out and take a broader perspective. At times like these, when you feel overwhelmed and desperate, the only thing you can do is boost yourself up. You have to find the courage to carry on, to raise yourself above the chaos. What other choice do you have? If you don't, the speaker will help you. He will be your anchor in the chaos, your guide out of this nightmare. The refrain of Boost is almost a prayer, a plea for strength and hope. And it's not just the speaker who needs it. It's everyone stuck in this hellish landscape. The repetition makes sure that we understand that this is all-consuming. It's all that matters in this world of mud and blood. Boost becomes a mantra, a way of life. Now, let's fast forward to a different time and place. We're inside and now, and the echoes of war are fading into memory. A sense of victory and achievement hangs in the air. As Otto von Bismarck watches his king receive the imperial crown on January 18, 1871. The Hall of Mirrors at Versailles becomes a symbol of the new German Empire. But this triumph wasn't without cost. The path to unification was paved with battles and sacrifices. A reminder that greatness often comes at a price. Bismarck, the architect of German unification, understands this well. His mind is sharp, his gaze intense. He knows that the road ahead won't be easy. Unification is one thing, but maintaining it, that's a whole different ballgame. Meanwhile, across the Rhine, in Paris, the atmosphere is thick with bitterness and defeat. The French public is reeling from the loss of Alsace-Lorraine. The once proud nation feels humiliated and eager for revenge. For France, it's personal. It's not just about land or power. It's about proving themselves, about restoring their dignity on the European stage. But they're not alone in their quest for revenge. The seeds of resentment have been sown. Other nations, too, harbor grudges and ambitions. Bismarck, ever the pragmatist, sees this resentment as a storm brewing on the horizon. He knows that sooner or later it might hit Germany. So he acts, reaching out to potential allies, seeking support, making deals. He knows that to secure Germany's future, he must be prepared for anything. In the game of international politics, trust is a luxury you cannot afford. Betrayal is always around the corner. Bismarck, however, isn't fazed. He has plans, intricate plans, that could very well change the course of European history. The question is, will they hold up? Fast forward again, and we find ourselves in a world on the brink of a diplomatic storm. The Franco-German War may be over, but its repercussions continue to echo across Europe. The year is 1871, and Bismarck, the famed Prussian chancellor, is watching the rise of a new Germany. But as he celebrates this unification, he can't help but notice the hurt look on Napoleon III's face. The former ruler of France has met his match. In Bismarck's cunning and resolve. But that doesn't mean he's oblivious to the simmering anger in France. The loss of Alsace-Lorraine has left a deep wound in French pride, and Bismarck knows that this resentment could boil over. In fact, he expects it. It's all part of his grand design. He's carefully laid the foundation for a new Europe, an order where Germany stands tall, but not alone. Theirs is a formidable alliance bound by necessity and a shared vision. Together, they can stand against any threat, or so Bismarck believes. But alliances, like marriages, are made in heaven. But sometimes they can also be made in convenience. Will they hold up under the pressure, or will old grudges and new ambitions tear them apart? Only time will tell. The Iron Chancellor, Bismarck, is keenly aware of the complexities of the diplomatic chessboard he finds himself on. He recognizes that the new German Empire has emerged as a focal point of French animosity, shaping their diplomatic and military strategies. To counteract this, he actively seeks closer ties with Austria-Hungary, perceiving them as a key player in maintaining the balance of power in Europe. In the face of Russian expansionist tendencies, Bismarck saw Austria-Hungary as a valuable ally, forming a strong eastern flank against potential threats. Their shared interests in the Balkans and the Ottoman Empire further cemented this alliance, creating a formidable coalition of Germanic powers. However, the Franco-Russian alliance in 1894 presented a new challenge, one that demanded Bismarck's immediate attention. He realized that this alliance could potentially encircle Germany, posing a significant threat to its security. Thus began a flurry of diplomatic activity. Bismarck, always the shrewd negotiator, began making moves to counterbalance the Franco-Russian threat. He extended existing alliances, forged new partnerships, and set in motion a series of events that would fundamentally alter the political landscape of Europe. This web of alliances would not only define the continent's political future, but also set the stage for an unprecedented global conflict. As we delve deeper into this period of European history, we see Bismarck's strategy unfold before our eyes. He laid the groundwork for a complex network of alliances that would have profound implications for the future. The Franco-German War may be over, but the geopolitical game is far from finished. The stakes are high, and the players are maneuvering, each seeking to gain the upper hand. Bismarck's health may be failing, but his legacy would live on. His creation, the Triple Alliance, consisting of Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Italy, stood as a testament to his diplomatic prowess. Yet, like any great leader, he knew his time in the spotlight was limited. As he stepped down, the burden of maintaining this fragile peace would fall on new shoulders. Would they be up to the task? Only time would tell. Our journey takes us to the heart of Italy, where the Austro-Hungarian Empire is preparing for a cultural festival. But behind the grandeur and celebration, there's a growing unrest. The empire is at a crossroads. Internal divisions are widening, and external threats are looming. Emperor Franz Joseph, the aging monarch, feels the weight of these challenges acutely. Despite his best efforts, the empire's internal stability remains elusive. Meanwhile, the newly unified German Empire is flexing its muscles on the European stage. Kaiser Wilhelm II, the ambitious young leader, aspires to expand Germany's influence, eyeing territories beyond its borders. This ambition creates tension with the Austro-Hungarian Empire, sparking fears of potential aggression. As the festival commences, the festivities are palpable. But beneath the surface, a sense of unease persists. The empire's future hangs in the balance. And as the celebrations reach their peak, the seeds of doubt and uncertainty are sown. Could this cultural exchange pave the way for a lasting partnership, or would it only mask the deep-rooted mistrust and conflicting ambitions? Now we turn our attention to the political arena, where the true motivations and rivalries come to light. As the cultural festivities draw to a close, a different kind of meeting is about to begin. Diplomats from the major European powers are gathering, and the atmosphere is charged with tension. Secret negotiations are underway, and the fate of Europe hangs in the balance. The Triple Alliance, spearheaded by Bismarck, is a pivotal point of discussion. Each nation has its own interests at stake. Germany, eager to assert its dominance, Austria-Hungary, seeking to protect its territorial integrity, and Italy, hoping to secure its position within the alliance. But the alliance is not monolithic. Each member has its own agenda, and the delicate balance of power is constantly shifting. As the negotiations intensify, old rivalries resurface and new tensions emerge. The Franco-Russian alliance, initially forged against the backdrop of the Franco-Prussian War, is a thorn in the side of the Triple Alliance. This alliance, cemented by shared grievances and strategic interests, poses a significant challenge to German security. The prospect of encirclement looms large, and Germany finds itself on the defensive. Now we enter the final stages of this intricate diplomatic game. The Triple Entente, a counterbalance, is taking shape. France, Russia, and Britain, drawn together by a combination of circumstance and necessity, are forming a formidable alliance. This development adds another layer of complexity to the European political landscape, intensifying the sense of rivalry and potential conflict. As the alliances solidify, Europe is effectively divided into two opposing camps. The stage is set, and the question arises: will reason prevail, or is Europe marching towards a catastrophic conflict?